Welcome back, gentlemen. We have arrived at the final chapter. If you watch parts 1 and 2, you've already fixed your communication and solidified your inner game. You stopped being a nice guy and you started thinking like a Stoic king. But be warned, the 4 mistakes we are discussing today are the silent assassins. They are the ones that kill a relationship not when it's bad, but when it's going perfectly well. Have you ever wondered why she suddenly pulled away right after you opened up to her? Or why she lost interest the moment you made her your priority? It's not bad luck. It's a violation of the laws of attraction. Today in part 3, we are going to fix the final piece of the puzzle: how to stop chasing and finally start attracting. If you master this, you win the game. Let's finish this. We've arrived at mistake number 9. Now this one comes from a very good intention, sincerity, but unfortunately, in the early stages of seduction, too much sincerity is actually poison. It kills attraction dead. I call this oversharing, spilling your guts too soon. I want you to picture this scene. You invite her out to dinner, candlelight, fine wine, the atmosphere is super romantic. You feel a connection with her. You think, she is such a good listener. I should let her know the real me. And just like that, you open the floodgates. You talk about your unhappy childhood. You talk about the pain of your ex cheating on you 3 years ago. You talk about your work anxiety, your trauma, your darkest secrets. You dump it all out in a 2-hour span. You think you are building a deep connection. But in reality, you just turned a romantic date into a free therapy session. And worse, you turned her into your reluctant doctor. A client of mine, Jason, once asked me, "But coach, don't women like emotional guys who share?" The answer is yes, but timing is everything. Women love through their ears, that's true. But there is a psychological paradox you need to etch into your brain. They are attracted to what they don't know about you yet, more than what they already know. Imagine you go to see a blockbuster movie. Do you want the director to walk out in the first minute and spoil exactly who the killer is, who dies, and how it ends? Of course not. You'd walk out immediately because the movie lost its suspense. When you spill your guts right at the start, you are that foolish director. You become an open book with no pages left to turn, no secrets left to discover. You become predictable and boring. Seduction lives in the gaps. It lives in curiosity. She needs to wonder, this guy seems experienced. I wonder what his past is like. What is he thinking? Why does he have that deep look in his eyes? It's those questions looping in her head when she goes home that make her miss you and fall for you. So my advice is, be an iceberg. Show her only the visible 10%, your humor, your manners, your passion. But the other 90%, the depth, the pain, the private stories, keep that underwater. Don't rush. Let her work for it. Let her prove she deserves to enter your inner world. Let her peel back your layers one by one, like peeling an onion. That is an interesting journey. Don't hand your heart over on a silver platter to someone you just met. Let it be a treasure that she has to go on a quest to find. Have you ever seen the movie Jerry Maguire? There is a classic line in it that millions of people consider the ultimate definition of romantic love. You complete me. It sounds nice, doesn't it? But I am here to tell you a brutal truth. That is the single most dangerous lie men have ever believed. We have arrived at mistake number 10, making her your sole source of happiness. I meet so many guys who come to me completely broken. They tell me, "Coach, when she smiles, my life blooms. When she's cold, my world falls apart." They are handing over way too much power to a woman, the power to control their emotional state. Imagine this glass of water in my hand represents your happiness. If you walk into a relationship with an empty glass and you shove it in her face begging, "Baby, fill this up, please make me happy. I'm so lonely. I'm so empty inside." How do you think she's going to feel? Pity, maybe? But deep down, she feels pressure. The pressure to carry another human being's entire life. The pressure to be the life support for a grown man. That is a terrifying burden that no girl wants to carry. Sooner or later, she will burn out and run. And what's even more dangerous, if you make her your only source of happiness, when she leaves, she takes all your light with her. And what are you left with? just darkness. A stoic man, a grounded man, he isn't looking for a better half to complete him. He is already complete. He generates his own joy through discipline. He finds peace in his solitary morning runs. He finds fulfillment in his work, in his books, in his personal goals. His glass is already full, and when he meets a woman, she isn't the water to fill a void. She is the ice cubes, the slice of lemon, the flavor that makes the water taste better, more interesting. That is the mindset. You are a bonus, not the oxygen I need to breathe. Does that sound cold? Not at all. Actually, it is the most seductive thing you can do for her. When you are happy even without her, she feels liberated. She no longer feels the pressure to serve your emotions. And paradoxically, when you don't need her to survive, that is exactly when she craves to be with you the most. Because women want to walk into a man's garden that is already lush and blooming. They don't want to walk into a dry wasteland that's just waiting for them to come and water it. Ask yourself this today. If she disappeared tomorrow, would I be okay? If the answer is no, then you know what you have to do. Go back and start cultivating your own garden first. To all my brothers watching this video, let me take you into a situation I call the Saturday night nightmare. You take her to a party, you go grab a drink, and when you come back, what do you see? She's laughing her head off. She's flipping her hair. Her eyes are sparkling, but not at you, at some random guy standing there cracking jokes. Immediately, a fire ignites in your gut. That's jealousy. That's the possessive instinct. And this is where mistake number 11 shows up. You start entering the race to compete for attention. What do? You rudely interrupt the conversation. You try to tell louder stories than that guy. You wrap your arm tight around her to mark your territory, staring daggers at the dude. Or worse, you start roasting him with sarcastic jokes to prove you're smarter, you're funnier. You think that action shows strength? You think that's alpha male behavior protecting his territory? No. In her eyes and in the eyes of anyone with class, you look like a child afraid of losing his toy. When you try to compete, you are silently admitting one thing. That guy is a threat. That guy might be better than me, and I have to fight to keep my spot. You are lowering your value to his level, or even lower. You are reeking of insecurity. Remember this quote from Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones. Any man who must say, "I am the king," is no true king. Does an alpha lion ever care about the bleating of sheep? No. He lies there, relaxed, cleaning his paws and observing. He knows exactly where his power lies. He doesn't need to roar every time a gazelle runs by. So, what does a grounded man, the man Coach Gemini wants you to become, do in that situation? He does the complete opposite. He maintains absolute composure. Let her laugh. Let her talk. You can even smile and greet the guy politely, then turn around and chat happily with other friends. Or just stand there, enjoy your drink with an unbothered vibe, radiating the confidence that says, you go ahead and have fun, because at the end of the night, the person you're going home with is still me. That non-reactivity has lethal power. It confuses her. She'll wonder, why isn't he jealous? Is he that confident? Or does he not care about me? And just like that, she becomes the one who has to come back and seek your attention. She'll come over, link her arm in yours just to check if you're still there. When you don't fight for the spotlight, you are the spotlight. Hong Yen, never turn yourself into a contestant in a who is funnier contest just to scrape for a girl's smile. Be the judge. Sit there, observe, and give the score. That is the position of a winner. We have been on a long journey together, and here we are, the final stop. Mistake number 12. The mistake that, if you fix it, will change your entire game forever. It's the difference between chasing and attracting. I want you to imagine you're standing in the middle of a field. You see a beautiful butterfly, vibrant colors, sparkling wings. You want to catch it. So what do? If you grab a net and start running frantically after it, what is that butterfly going to do? It's going to fly away. It's terrified. The faster you run, the more the wind from your body pushes it further away. That is exactly what happens when you double text a girl who isn't replying. That is when you beg for a date after she says she's busy. That is when you try to buy her affection with expensive gifts before she has even earned your respect. That is the energy of desperation, and in the dating world, desperation is the most effective repellent in existence. When you chase, you are telling her, your value is higher than mine. I have to run just to keep up with you. So how do you catch that butterfly? The smart man, the stoic man, he doesn't run. He spends his time planting a garden. He tills the soil. That's his physical health. He plants fragrant flowers. That's his career, his passion, his humor. He builds a space that is peaceful and vibrant. And when that garden is in full bloom, what happens? The butterfly comes to him. It lands right on his shoulder, not because he caught it, but because he attracted it. Here is the core mindset. Pursuing is different from chasing. Pursuing is stepping up and making an offer. I find you interesting. Want to grab a drink? That is masculine initiative. But what if she says no or acts cold? The chaser asks, why? Come on, just one drink, my treat. The attractor smiles, nods, and turns to walk away. Cool, maybe another time. Have fun. The moment you dare to walk away, the moment you dare to withdraw your attention when it isn't returned, that is when the balance of power shifts. Don't be a beggar for affection. Be the prize. Remember this before you click off this video. You do not need to chase what was born for you. What truly belongs to you will find you when you are busy building the best version of yourself. Stop running, start building your garden, and let the whole world, including her, find its way to you. Those are 12 brutal lessons learned the hard way. Now it's your turn to act. I'll see you next time. Those were the 12 mistakes that kill attraction. Remember, becoming a high-value man isn't about memorizing tricks. It's about building a life so valuable, a garden so beautiful, that you never have to chase again. If this series helped you find your stoic path, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Which mistake were you making the most? Let's discuss it. Go build your garden, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next video.